Good afternoon, and welcome back to Whitechapel Memorial Park Cemetery. My name is David Kroll. I'm the Vice President here at Whitechapel. And on behalf of Whitechapel Memorial Park Cemetery and the Birmingham Concert Band, we are proud to present once again our Memorial Day weekend concert in honor of our military fallen heroes and veterans. We would like to thank you for coming today to enjoy this concert. The program of patriotic songs entitled Let Freedom Ring will be performed by the Birmingham Concert Band with music director Patrick Jensen conducting and Davis Clough as our MC. Whitechapel would like to thank the Birmingham Concert Band. Yes, let's give them all a round of applause. Whitechapel would like to thank the Birmingham Concert Band, Patrick Jensen, Carrie Mills, and Davis Clough for their participation today and their valued contribution to honoring our fallen heroes this weekend. We would like to everyone to please note that tomorrow, Whitechapel shall host the 93rd annual Memorial Day service in honor of those who have died for our country with a special tribute to the World War I polar bear soldiers. This year marks the 105th anniversary when over 5,000 soldiers, mostly from Michigan and mostly from the Detroit area, came home from Russia, where they fought the Bolsheviks from the fall of 1918 to the late spring of 1919. There will be a special detail from the 334th Training Support Battalion of the U.S. Army Reserves and speakers. I encourage you to attend this special ceremony tomorrow at 11 a.m. in front of the dedicated historical landmark, the Polar Bear Memorial, to my left. I would also like everyone to note on the back of your programs two other special dates. On August 11th at 12 noon, we will be hosting once again our World War II Victory in Japan Day service honoring our Gold Star families and mothers in front of our World War II For Freedoms Memorial, where 322 World War servicemen were killed in action and are laid to rest. And then on September 8th of this year, we will once again be raising funds for our returning veterans by holding our 10K, 5K, 1 mile run walk called the Patriots Race. So we encourage you to attend and participate in those events as well. This weekend is to remember the fallen heroes who gave their lives for their country and for our freedoms. This concert is dedicated to them. May we remember the true meaning of Memorial Day as we enjoy this concert and remember the service and sacrifice of all who have served and died in the defense of our country. It is fitting that the concert program is entitled Let Freedom Ring, for it is our duty to exercise our freedoms, our liberties, and our God-given natural rights each day. We should never take them for granted, nor allow any politician or government abuse them or curtail them. We must treasure and nurture. We must treasure and nurture our freedoms. As President Reagan once said, quote, "Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Too many men and women have purchased our freedom with their lives. So let freedom ring. May God bless our fallen heroes, comfort their families, and may God bless all of our veterans, our active servicemen and women, and their families. Jeff's on top of it. Once again, on behalf of Whitechapel Memorial Park Cemetery and the Birmingham Concert Band, thank you for coming and enjoy the concert.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davis Gloff. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies. Would you please rise as you are able for our national anthem? Oh, stand can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. It is said that every piece of music has a story. I'm going to keep this one short. Our first piece was originally written to be part of an orchestration for an opera. And when Sousa started to write it, John Philip Sousa, when he started to write it, he was all excited until they told him how much they were going to pay him. Or I should say not pay him. And so he withdrew as gentlemanly as he could, and he reworked the whole thing. The Liberty Bell, which you will hear in many places, including Monty Python's Flying Circus. But when the President's Own does it, they actually use, let me get this right, the bell used on the Liberty ship during World War II. I'm not sure, but whoever's playing the bell, thank you, sir. The Liberty Bell March by John Philip Sousa. The Liberty Bell March by John Philip Sousa. Next up, music arranged by Warren Barker. It's called In Praise of Freedom, and this is a perfect time to be doing it. It alternates between two main themes. One is kind of a military style, which is patriotism, and the other is more melodic, and that's about independence and freedom and enjoying it. The Birmingham Concert Band, In Praise of Freedom by Warren Barker. The wind comes and goes. I'll let these fine people get a chance to organize their music because the wind is fighting us all. The next piece is called A House Divided by Brian Balmage. It's inspired, of course, by a speech that Abraham Lincoln made in 1858 when he had just won election to the Senate. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free. I do not expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect this house to fall. But I do expect it will cease to be divided. We can hope for that. The main theme is America, My Country 'Tis of Thee, worked through by Mr. Balmage. Next, we hear Carl King's Emblem of Freedom March. Now, Carl King and John Philip Sousa were both very famous march writers, but they differed in their background. Sousa was mostly military. Carl King worked with circuses. So the march you're going to hear right now is different in spirit, but not in intent. We hear the Birmingham Concert Band and Carl King's Emblem of Freedom. And now we introduce yet a third All-American composer. This one is Stephen Collins Foster. Stephen Collins Foster lived a very short life, and he was broke most of the time. But he wrote a lot of songs, And among the ones, well, he wrote, we will hear today include, and since sometimes you need a little extra time and it's my fault, Old Boys, Carry Me Along, Gone Are the Days, Swanee River, of course, My Old Kentucky Home, Ring the Banjo, Hard Times Come Again No More, that's one of my favorites, Beautiful Dreamer, Camptown Races, and it all finishes up with Oh, Susanna. Now, if at any point you think you know these songs well enough to chime in, who are we to say no to you? So, enjoy. The Birmingham Concert Band, conducted by Patrick Jensen. I just thought I'd throw that in there. The next piece is music by John Williams. John Williams, who was such a special composer that he knew when not to write something. This is music from Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan has some moments where people pause and reflect and think about what's actually happening and the losses and the sacrifices that are being made. There is no music during any of the battle scenes. There is no need to dramatize that. It's more dramatic than we care to have it in the first place. And so that is why Steven Spielberg said, I've got to read this is good. It's a piece of music and a testament to John Williams' sensitivity and brilliance that, in my opinion, will stand the test of time and honor forever the fallen of this war, and possibly all wars. Saving Private Ryan possibly contains the least amount of score. Restraint was John Williams' primary objective. He did not want to sentimentalize or create emotion from what already existed in raw form. So now we hear music of Paul Williams, John Williams, not Paul, John Williams, from Saving Private Ryan. If we can get started. We'll be good. It's going to be good. The wind comes and goes. Hymn to the Fallen. That was, of course, gorgeous. And I still have the second flute part that flew away. I'll get it back to you later. Actually, we're pretty lucky we haven't had more of that. You know, what can I say? Next up is a piece by Claire Grundman. It's called Concord, and it specializes in pieces from the Revolutionary War period. The White Cockade is a fife and drum marching tune. America, now this is not the America the America by William Billings. It was written back around the time of before the Revolutionary War. And of course, how could you do it without doing Yankee Doodle? Concord by William Grundman. Next up, arranged by Holly Aids, a salute to George M. Cohan. George M. Cohan is a giant in the Broadway world, widely regarded as the father of American musical comedy. He acted, sang, danced, wrote, and produced for countless classics on the stage and off. His incredibly long career started in 1904 and remained strong until the early 1940s. He wrote some of the great anthems of his day, like Over There, but we have a number of tunes we're going to share with you. Give My Regards to Broadway, Mary's a Grand Old Name, Harrigan, The Yankee Doodle Boy, and You're a Grand Old Flag. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with that old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and tell them I'll be there ere long. Give my regards to old Broadway and tell them I'll be there ere long. For it was Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be, but with propriety, society will say Marie. But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. And there is something there that sounds so rare. It's a grand old name. H-A-R-R-I-G-A-N spells Harrigan. Proud of all the Irish blood that's in me. Divil a man can say a word agin me. H-A-R-R-I-G-A-N-U-C is a name that a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. That's me. H-A-R-R-I-G-A-N-U-C is a name that a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. That's me. Harrigan. That's me. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die, a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die, a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue. For the never babe, you're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. The Birmingham Concert Band, Patrick Jensen. I'm Davis Gloff. Nice to see you. And now, unless I'm mistaken, oh, no, I'm not. This is the thing that always gets me choked up. So if I don't sing perfectly, it's, never mind. What we are going to do now is the Armed Forces Medley. Now, we are going to sing 5 different service songs. And when we sing a service song, and you are in that, you had been in that service, or maybe if you are in that service, either way, stand up. We have a special tribute for you. Also, if you are the spouse or a family or the widow of any one of those services, just when you hear your service anthem, stand up and accept our thanks. Over hill, over dale, we have hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. Counter march right about, hear those wagon soldiers shout, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high, he in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong, and wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along. our trust in thee. Through wind and storm and howling gale, high shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our God, our fame and glory too. To fight, to save, or fight and die, aye, Coast Guard, we're all for you. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Down they dive, zooming to meet our thunder. At 'em, boys, give 'em the gun. Souls of men dreaming the skies to conquer, gave us wings ever to soar. We live in flame or go down in flame, and nothing can stop the Army Air Corps. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day, to our last night on shore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. Thank you. There is no way we can express our complete gratitude, but we're going to try. For everyone who has been in the service, thank you. We cannot thank you enough. Oh, and before we go on to the next piece, which I have listed as the last piece, but who knows? We'd like to thank not only, of course, the Birmingham Concert Band, all of you for coming. Thank you so much. We hope to do this. We first did this in 1998, and I was told today that it's going to be the 26th year. And we're grateful for you. We're grateful to the Whitechapel Cemetery. Thank you. And the last piece we've got on this program is American Patrol by F.W. Meacham. The patrol format was popular in the second half of the 19th century. The format was intended to present a military band approaching, passing, and fading into the distance. This concert arrangement opens just like that, with a very soft and uncomplicated drum cadence, simulating the approach of a military band. The first melody, a Meacham original, begins quietly and gradually increases in intensity. The melody of well-known patriotic songs including Columbia, Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean, and Dixie, The original theme returns and fades until a final burst of what else? Yankee Doodle. The Birmingham Concert Band, F.W. Meacham's American Patrol. The Birmingham Concert Band, conducted by Patrick Jensen. And let me ask you a question. Did you have a good time? You want to come back next year? All right, see you then.